Hello, everybody. Welcome to Answer Jordan. I'm Jordan. If you are new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you are returning, welcome back. I know, I think it's been, oh gosh, maybe 2 months since my last upload, and I do apologize about that. I did mean to go back to uploading sooner, but the end of the school year kicked my ass, and I finished school, immediately started packing to go home, and then I'm here back in Washington, D.C. for the next month and a half. And then I'm driving all the way back down to New Orleans, back to my apartment, and then I'm there for a day. And then me and my roommates are driving from New Orleans to Atlanta 2 days after I get back so that we can go see Beyonce. We're seeing Beyonce in Atlanta. Anyway, also I'm talking in a hushed tone. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and sound carries around my grandma's house very easily. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to talk. So I'll make sure in editing to raise the volume so that you guys can hear properly. Anyway. We are going on to do the music industry's knowing me. I want to say this is entry 14 or 15. I really want to say it's 14 or 15. I really want to say it's 15, but I'll have to go back to my old videos and check. Anyway, we're going to get right on into it because I don't want to be here for too long, even though I just had an intro for 2 fucking minutes. First, abusers, you will crumble. In particular, there is something very, very sinister about the way, and I know this is an issue across all humans because misogyny is an issue across every single race, but I am talking specifically about the Black community and the Black community's the Black community's just infatuation with protecting abusive Black men. Megan Thee Stallion, I have my little notes right here. Megan Thee Stallion, Cassie, Halle, and Sky Jackson all recently, well, not for Megan and Cassie, this is not a recent thing. For Halle and Sky, this is recent. That they have all essentially been the victims of abusive Black men. And what it's not that I don't understand it. I understand it's misogyny, it's misogynoir, and misogyny has a really big hold on the Black community. However, I just don't, but at the same time, just coming from a empathetic standpoint, I don't understand how you see the photos of Halle bruised. You see the online harassment that she's getting because DDG's immature ass keeps sending his teenage male fan base at her. You guys see what happened to Megan Thee Stallion's mental health when Tory shot her and all the backlash that came with that. You guys see the photos and the pictures of what happened to Sky Jackson. You read the article of what happened to Sky Jackson. You see the video of Diddy knocking down Cassie in a hotel when she is trying to escape from his abuse. And still the Black community will take in abusers. And it's a very, very annoying thing. It's especially annoying because the Black community, a lot of people in the Black community, you can be anything in the book as long as you are not gay. And actually, scratch that. You can be, as long as you're a straight Christian Black man, a straight Christian heterosexual cisgendered black men, yes, we're getting woke up in here. As long as you check off all those boxes, you essentially cannot be touched in the eyes of the black community. And I really want to understand. I just saw a big old piece of dust fly by. This is not my house. Her house is old. So sorry, guys. What is it with the black community's rhetoric or this argument that the black community likes to, that people who support abuse like to point out, where it's like, oh, you're just trying to take down the black man. God forbid it's a situation like Jonathan Majors and the abuse victim is a white woman, because then y'all really don't care. Which, I'm so sorry. Black people, black women, black people, but especially black women who laugh and cackle at the abuse of white women from black men, y'all are a special kind of y'all are a special kind of anti-black, because all of this comes back to anti-blackness. But y'all are a special, and I mean a special kind of misogynistic. Just because the abuse victim is white and the abuser is black, this is not reparations. I'm sorry, I don't hate women enough to laugh at the fact that they're getting abused, even with all the race dynamics going on in the United States. I just think that just because the abuse victim is white, just because the woman is white and the abuser is a black man, y'all get real giddy when it comes to that, and that's real strange. That's all I'm gonna say. It's really, really, really strange. But the black community has this infatuation with protecting abusers, and you can be a pedophile and they will accept you with open arms. There are so many instances where the daughters of black parents will be like, my uncle is touching me inappropriately. I'm getting raped by my father. I'm getting molested by my grandpa. And the family will come and cast out the abuse victim and strengthen their community around the abuser. And I find it really strange. And it's because of this notion that the black community has, going back to the rhetoric thing, this rhetoric that the black community has of they're just trying to take the black man down. And what I really don't understand is, why do we want black men who abuse other women? Why do we want black men who are homophobic? Why do we want black men who are sexist? Why do we want black men who are misogynistic? Why do we want black men who are sexual abusers? Why do we want black men who are detrimental to the black community? Why do we want these black men to be our leaders so bad? Why do we want to protect these black men so bad? You have people who will still stream R. Kelly even though R. Kelly was dating a 15-year-old Aaliyah and he was in his late 20s, early 30s. Nasty. You have people who will still support R. Kelly. You have people who will still support Chris Brown. By the way, Chris Brown was thrown in jail a week or two ago. Glory be to God. I serve a mighty God. Glory be to God. Glory be an enemy. Glory be. Anyway, I go on this whole why do black people stay in community with abusers thing. I go on this topic for a while longer. And I'm just gonna wrap it up by answering the question that I asked of why do we, well, not me, and hopefully not people who watch my videos, but why do black people as a community rally around black men who are terrible, terrible people? And the reason is because of that. Unfortunately, because of history, because of slavery, because of Jim Crow, because of everything that has happened since America has been founded, if you want to take down the black community, you have to take down the black man. You have to emasculate the black man. You have to bring down the black man. That's how you would bring down the black community. If you can bring down the black man, you can bring down the black community. And so there's this idea in the black community and in black culture that, oh well, if we just if they're taking down all these influential black men, all these black men who are like, who are musicians, all these famous black men who are actors, all these famous black men who are entrepreneurs, all these famous black men who are businessmen. They're trying to take down the black man, and in trying to take down the black man, they're trying to take down the black community. So, even though these black men are terrible people, if we as a race, if we as a community want to survive, we have to come together and protect these black men, because if the white man brings down the black man, which by the way is not even white people, but if the white man, or if the people bring, if the black man gets brought down, the community goes down with the black man, which is not true, especially in 21st century America. That's really not true. Honestly, in my opinion, if you want to fuck up the black community, bring down the black woman, because black men are fucking idiots. But anyway, that's the answer. That's essentially the answer to my question, is that it's just the history. That's historically, if you wanted to bring down the black community, you go after the black man. That's just how it is, and that's the mentality that a lot of black people have. I just saved you 5 minutes of me rambling about this, so yeah, but that's essentially it. There's a much deeper conversation that we can have. Again, I still am saving up money to buy a bunch of books that I want to start reading, so that I can really have deeper conversations with you guys about why things, especially things in the black community, are the way that they are. Okay, bye. Tory Lanez got stabbed. Speaking of abusers, Tory Lanez got sliced the fuck up. Stop! In prison. And what can I say but praise be, glory be, praise be to God. Because I'm so sorry. I hate that man. I hope every waking moment of Tory Lanez's life from now until that man dies is filled with agony and anguish. I hate that man. And you know how badly you have to piss me off in order for me to hate you when I do not know you? I do not know Tory Lanez. I'm not in I don't know who he is, but I do not know Tory. I've never met Tory Lanez, and I hate that nigga's guts. Same thing with Chris Brown, because Chris Brown is a violent abuser who y'all like to coddle. Same thing with Diddy, which y'all really need to stop trying to drag Beyonce into Diddy's mess. Y'all been trying to do that ever since these Diddy allegations came out. Y'all were the main ones saying, oh, Beyonce and Jay-Z are on the Epstein flight log. Epstein flight logs came out and they weren't on there. Oh, Beyonce and Jay-Z were at the Diddy freak-offs, and the documents came out and they weren't there, so I'm gonna try to wrap that shit up. Anyway, abusers will crumble. The point of it all is abusers will crumble. DDG can't see his son. Tory Lanez got sliced up in jail, and Chris Brown's gonna have to cancel 2 of his London shows or 2 of his UK shows because he got put in jail. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh, and everything's happening with it. Diddy's going to jail. But Diddy's going to jail. And we'll see what happens with Sky Jackson's devil of a man. But yeah, we need to, as a community, we need to come together and say no to abuse. We need to come together, and because here's the issue, especially for me. There are a lot of black people who are activists who are like, we in the black community need to stick together. We need to stay into community with each other. But my issue is I do not want to be in community with all black people. I do not want to be in community with homophobic black people. I do not want to be in community with misogynistic black people. I do not want to be in community with anti-black black people. I do not want to be in community with black people who are abusers. I do not want to be in community with black people who are pedophiles. I do not want to be in community with black people who support abusers. I do not want to be in community with those people. And I just think we as a community, we are never going to move forward as a community until we let go of this whole, they're going to bring the black man down. Newsflash. White supremacy doesn't have to bring down black men, because we do it for them. But that's a conversation for another day. That's a conversation when I'm back in my apartment in New Orleans and I can yell, because I can't yell, obviously, because it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, next, Glorilla.
Bitch. A nasty, vile gutter sniper.
Glorilla, you're a weirdo. Glorilla recently, like a week ago, so this is OT, but I don't care, I'm still going to talk about it. Glorilla recently posted on her Instagram story something, I wish I could remember what it was, and if I care enough I can go back and find it, but I don't. And the audio that was on what she posted on her story was a Tory Lanez audio, and Megan Thee Stallion clocked that and immediately unfollowed her. And Glorilla has been acting real weird on social media, talking about I ain't for all that internet shit, while continuously being weird towards Megan Thee Stallion. Now, apparently they both unfollowed each other and then they refollowed each other, so I'm assuming that means that they worked it out behind the scenes. But I'm sorry, Glorilla, you're a fucking weirdo. I am so sorry. That's your friend. That's what you said, not me. That's your friend in the industry, and you're going to post something with the audio their abuser? That's crazy to me. Glorilla, you're weird. You're a weirdo. And so Glorilla already got one more time to piss me off before all her music is off it is so easy. And I don't even listen to Glorilla like that. The only songs I listen to a lot by Glorilla are the songs that she has with Megan Thee Stallion. Or that one song she has with Sexy Red. I hate to admit it, but Sexy Red slid on Not How I Look. Oh, I can't remember the song. I'll probably put it in the corner if I remember to. But yeah, Glorilla got one more time to piss me off and be weird, and she's out of here. It would take nothing for me to not listen to Glorilla no more. I'm so sorry. No, I'm not actually. I don't care. Glorilla. Yeah, and she was talking about so am I supposed to, oh my god, what was she talking about? I'm trying to find the right way to say it. She was like, oh, am I supposed to just, be hyper vigilant on everything that I post in my story? And I'm like, no, but you really didn't notice that the audio to the thing you posted in your story, you didn't notice that Tory Lanez was in the new Instagram, cause there's a new, we have whatever, when you post audio, something to your post to your story that has audio in it, the audio, it gives you the option. The first thing it does is give you the option to change the audio, and then you have to click confirm to keep the original audio. So I'm confused as to what. So we're just not thinking, or Glorilla's just being weird, and I choose to believe that she's being a fucking weirdo. So Megan Thee Stallion, everyone who goes against Megan Thee Stallion will crumble, and Glorilla better watch out, because Glorilla really did not. Glorilla's come up was really helped by going on tour with Megan Thee Stallion, and a large pocket of Glorilla's fans are Megan Thee Stallion fans because of them going on tour, or because of Glorilla being the opener for Megan Thee Stallion's tour. Like Glorilla, Megan could announce an arena tour today, first show in 2 months, and the arena tour would damn near sell out. You can't do the same thing. You can't do the same thing. So don't be weird and fall in line. Don't piss me off, because it's that easy. Anyway, next, something fun, not fun, but something that's not shit. Taylor Swift now owns her masters.
Mission accomplished, bitch! Let's roll.
Taylor Swift, actually yesterday, she came out and announced that she owned her masters, and the only reason that she was able to purchase her masters is because of the success of the Eras tour. Which I'm pretty sure Taylor Swift's masters before she started doing her re-recordings were worth almost $1 billion. And Taylor wasn't given the opportunity to buy her masters, obviously. We know that. So she did and I understand a lot of you guys are not fans of Taylor Swift. I need you guys to not act dumb when it comes to Taylor Swift, however. Taylor Swift did not decide to re-record all her first 6 albums just to make money. I'm pretty sure that was a factor. But the main reason why Taylor Swift re-recorded all of her old albums is because Taylor Swift was not given the opportunity to buy her masters when at Reputation. Scooter Braun sold her masters off without telling her that he was thinking of selling her masters. She was not given a chance to buy her masters. So her first 6 albums, essentially, she wasn't making as much money off of those albums as she probably wanted to. But also that means whoever owned the masters for her first 6 albums could do whatever they wanted with her music, and she wouldn't have a say in what they did with her music. So imagine the person who owns Taylor Swift masters or who bought her masters was a Nazi Trump supporter. And they just was letting out her music to Nazi and white supremacy. That would be crazy. So she did the re-recordings to devalue. It was recited in court that she could do it because she wrote the songs. That she could do a re-recording to devalue the original masters. And now that because she's done what? Red, Speak Now, 1989. There's a 4th one. Oh, come on, Jordan. Red, Speak Now. Oh, and Fearless. Red, Speak Now, 1989, and Fearless. She recorded those 4 albums, and that devalued her original catalog, her original masters enough to where she could buy it. I think she ended up buying her original masters for, most articles were saying it was between $300 and $400 million. So yeah, Taylor Swift owns her masters. So essentially Taylor Swift came onto Instagram. It was like, yeah, she essentially said that we're probably not getting Reputation Taylor's version. She's probably not going to re-record it because she said that she's felt like out of all of her albums, Reputation is the one that doesn't need to be re-recorded. There's nothing that she could do that she feels like that could be improved upon. And I low-key think she's right. I low-key think she's right. Taylor Swift, one of the main issues Taylor Swift fans have had with her re-recordings is that when you're a young artist on the come up like she was, 15 years ago, you're hungry. And people can hear that in the way you're singing your music. Taylor Swift is not hungry anymore. She doesn't have to be. Taylor Swift just came off of the biggest tour of all time. She doesn't have to be hungry. So the recordings all kind of sound flat compared to the original recordings. And also, she owns the original masters to Reputation and Debut now. So at this point, there really is no need for her to go back and re-record Reputation and Debut because she owns the masters. The whole point of her re-recording her music was to devalue the masters of her original 6 albums so she could buy them. So at this point, now that she owns her masters, what's the point in doing Reputation Taylor's version? What we're probably going to get, and what she hinted at, is that she said eventually, if the fans want, and she's going to do it because why would she not do it? But she said that eventually we're probably going to get, she's probably going to just re-release, either she's going to just the way I'm interpreting this, she's either going to re-release Reputation in its original format and just tack on the Bolt tracks, or she's going to just release the Bolt tracks that she had planned for Reputation Taylor's version. I don't really care. I would love to hear some of the Bolt tracks from Reputation Taylor's version. I think that'd be really, really, really fun. And also we can get music that's good. I'm sorry, I hate the Post Department. And I still haven't finished it, which I know I shouldn't talk about an album I haven't fully listened to. But it's such a slog to get through that album. But anyway, so there's that. And I don't really remember what she said about Debut. I think she might re-record Debut. But I'm gonna be so honest, I don't really care. So I'm gonna wait for her to say, because Debut is the Taylor Swift album I'm least excited to like go and listen to, because Debut is like country, and so I am kind of just like, I don't really need to listen to Debut right away. If she does a Debut Taylor's version, I'm going to listen to it, obviously. But if she doesn't, I might hold off on re-listening to Debut. But I really hope we get the Reputation Taylor's version tracks. I did a lot of rambling just now, and I'm so sorry about that. We're going to move on from Taylor owning her masters, yay for her. And we're going to move on to Cardi B. Cardi B fans need to let go of the hope that Cardi B is going to release a second studio album. Leaving this in here, as of today, Saturday, June 14th, which is why, again, some of the topics I'm talking about happened like a month ago. But at this point, Cardi B has turned in her album. She has said, and that's just what she said, that she turned in her album to Atlantic Records. And I think that's her label is Atlantic, I think. And that she's turned in her albums, and whatever happens with her album is out of her control. So yeah, you guys might get this like 40-second snippet and not the full Cardi B section, but yeah. Everybody who was hating on Cowboy Carter and the Cowboy Carter tour come to the front. Beyonce gagged the fucking live. Beyonce gagged the fucking live. $55 million made from 5 dates at SoFi. $42 million made from 3 dates in Chicago. $70 million made from 5 dates in New York City. I thought Beyonce was flopping. I thought the Cowboy Carter tour was flopping and was struggling to sell tickets. What happened? Billboard is reporting that every show is sold out. Polestar is reporting every show is sold out. Reputable music magazines, music articles, music chart pages, reputable sources are saying that all the shows are sold out. Reputable sources are all saying the same thing when it comes to the gross. Beyonce has made almost $200 million from the Cowboy Carter tour, and she's only gone to 3 cities. She's done 13 shows, 5 in LA, 5 in New York, and then 3 in Chicago. She's done 13 shows, but she's only been to 3 cities. She was in LA for 2 weeks. Beyonce's first LA show, the only show that Beyonce did in April, number 14 highest grossing concerts in April. And Beyonce had her concert the last day of April. Beyonce has an average gross from all of her tours over $10 million. And I just want to say, how does it feel to always be wrong when it comes to Beyonce? I was never, well, that's not true. In the beginning, I was a bit worried when it came to ticket sales and everything. Not because, I'm worried about Beyonce. I'm sure Beyonce doesn't give a fuck, because Beyonce barely promoted this fucking tour. So I'm sure Beyonce doesn't give a fuck. It's more so just if Beyonce's tour actually did flop, I would have to be off of social media for like a year, because the other fan bases would let the Beehive have it. They would let the Beehive have it if Beyonce's tour flopped the way they were talking about. Which, by the way, this is something, I don't know who started this. I don't know who started this. I don't know what fan base started this. I'm initially going to place the blame on the little monsters or the Swifties, or maybe even the Beehive. I don't know who started this thing in the music industry where if your tour is not 100% sold out, it's a flop. That's not how touring works. In Lizzo, there are several interviews of Lizzo. Even though Lizzo, you need to clear up that shit with them dancers. There are several interviews with Lizzo talking about like how you make money on tour and how that's when ticket prices come out. Ticket prices come out so that they're priced in a way that as long as 60% of the venue is in there, as long as 60% of seats are sold, they've made their money. They've broken even. Anything above 85% sold is a successful show date, especially when you're in a stadium. I am so sorry. And it's also really, really funny because the girls and the gays on TikTok, on Twitter, the news channels were all talking about Beyonce's tour was flopping and people weren't buying tickets. And they said the exact same thing during the Renaissance World Tour. And the Renaissance World Tour sold out. And what's really funny is it was stands of people who have never done stadium tours. Your favorite artist has never done a stadium tour and you're making fun of Beyonce ticket sales? Charlie XCX fans. Billie Eilish fans. Billie Eilish fans Billie Eilish fans have been getting whacked by the Beehive ever since the Grammys, and I love it. Sorry, fuck Billie and fuck you. Like, I'm so sorry, but I'm not. Beyonce is the greatest artist of all time. She is the greatest artist of all time, and if you don't agree, that's not my problem. Beyonce is the greatest artist of all time. Beyonce is one of the greatest vocalists of all time, and Beyonce is one of the greatest touring acts of all time. Beyonce, the Cowboy Carter tour is Beyonce's fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Her fifth all-stadium tour, and this is her third solo all-stadium tour. Your faves have never even touched a stadium. Your faves aren't even on the main stages at Coachella, at Made in America, at Time for Change, at Lollapalooza, at Pride. Your faves aren't on the main stage. They're off to the side. Your faves have been in the industry for 8 years and can't do an arena tour. But you want to make fun of Beyonce ticket sales? I don't think so. I don't think so. Sorry. And I hate to break it to you. Yeah, Beyonce and Sold Out are like this. Also, it's like common knowledge in the Beehive that most people buy Beyonce tickets the day of the show, because Beyonce tickets are fucking expensive, which is why low-key never in my life, never will I do a pre-sale ever again. Never will I do a pre-sale ever again for Beyonce. I'm so sorry. Beyonce, Ticketmaster, and Live It, all of them ruined that for me. I would never do a pre-sale again for Beyonce. But anyway, yeah, what did y'all think was going to happen? Y'all did the same thing during the Renaissance World Tour. And 100% sold out, 100% sold out, 100% sold out. Y'all keep bringing up the empty seats that are behind the stage. Billboard and Polestar can't both be lying. Reputable music articles, reputable music journals they all can't be lying. Unless y'all are like, oh, Rock Nation paid them. All you have to do is go on TikTok, look up Beyonce Chicago Night 2. And there was somebody who will have taken a full-on aerial shot of the stadium, and the seats are packed. So I'm gonna need y'all to leave Beyonce alone because y'all and your faves cannot compare to her. When your fave goes on their 5th all-stadium tour when they are damn near 30 years into their career, let me know. A lot of your faves won't be here in the when the 2030s hit. Sorry, a lot of your faves will not make it past the 2030s. A lot of your faves will make it past. The average lifespan of a pop star is about 10 to 15 years. Beyonce, at this point in her career, has lived the average lifespan of a pop star almost twice now. So, yeah. But I'm gonna cut it right here because we are 50 minutes in. I will see if I can edit this down to be a bit shorter. But what did you guys think of everything that we talked about? Black people need to let go of abusers. Let's go back over what we talked about. Black people need to let go of abusers. Glorilla is a weird bitch. Taylor owns her masters. Cardi B is scared to flop, and she just needs to get over her fucking self and flop so that we can get Cardi B 3 in 2027. I will make a video on Miley Cyrus's new music at some point in June. Marina has released one of the best pop songs of all time recently. You should go listen to Cantissimo. And the Cowboy Carter tour gagged everybody because y'all are delusional to think that Beyonce was going to flop on the tour. Beyonce, the artist who made her name on the fucking stage, and y'all thought her tour was going to flop? Right. Anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.